we're excited for being here today and this weekend, but we have to really get excited for those folks that are going to be recognized throughout the weekend. We're going to start right now. And, how many are familiar with the law of reciprocity? Okay, and the bottom line is that the recognition and the appreciation you give to others will come back to you. Does that make sense? So, you want to give them as much love and as much, and they may not be able to see you clapping, but they got to hear your voice. Is that right, guys? You got to shout from the roof. You want them to hear you throughout this hotel and this entire complex, and let them know and put everyone on notice that Legal Shield's in the house. Does that make sense? So, we're going to jump right into the recognition. And as a matter of fact, before I do that, assisting us today, I want to bring out two incredible leaders in Legal Shield. The first, from Glendale, Arizona, Miss Brenda Anderson. Brenda is the Group Vice President for the state of Arizona. She's an Executive Director qualified, consistent Performance Club qualifier, Power 20 qualifier. She's also a $100,000 ring earner, has written over 5,000 personal memberships, and is a member of the Millionaires Club. Next, from the great state of Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky to be exact, Miss Kenitha Kelly. Kenitha and her husband James are Executive Director qualifiers and Regional Vice Presidents for the state of Kentucky. They are also consistent Performance Club qualifiers, Power 20 qualifiers, and have written over 1,000 personal memberships. Let's give them a hand. All right, so for this recognition, we have Vanna White and Vanna Black. Sorry, I had to do a little something. Stop it. All right. The All Systems Go team recognition was implemented to build drive and excitement, of course, leading into this convention. The contest period was January 1st through March 31st. There were two divisions, the heavy hitters and the big hitters. Now, the heavy hitters are a team of 10 members. The team captain had to be an Executive Director qualifier for two of the 3 months of the last quarter, October, November, and December. They had the opportunity to select 9 additional associates from their team to be team members within their organizations. The big hitters is a team of 5 members. The team captain had to be Power 20 qualified for 2 of the 3 months of the last quarter of 2013. They selected 4 additional associates to be on their team within their organization. Each team earned as many points as possible, month by month, by these methods. 1 point for each new legal plan membership the team member sold, 5 points for each personal recruit by a team member, 5 points for each team member Performance Club qualified, 5 points for each team member's recruit that Fast Start qualified, either a new recruit during the contest period or a recruit still within their Fast Start qualification period when the contest began. The top 3 teams from each division for January, February, March received the following. Let's talk about January. Now, what I like to do is, we may need the lights for this because I like to have, this is not necessarily in my notes, but recognition is important. Is that right, guys? Yeah. So I'm gonna announce the winners for the January promotion, and they received, those folks who did win in January received free admission to this convention. And the teams are, if you could just put the lights up, because I'm gonna ask you to stand up, because I'm gonna call the team. And the team captain, I'm going to mention their name, and if you were on that team, I'd like you to stand along with your captain. Is that fair, guys? So number 3, in the month of January, number 3 for the heavy hitter is Don and Angela Thompson and their team. You guys can stand up. We can get some lights. Number two in the month of January, Nicholas Wolfs and his team. That's right, give it up. Number 1 in the month of January for heavy hitters, Brenda Anderson and her team. The big hitter division for the month of January, the number 3 team was Eugene and Josephine Johnson and their team. Number 2, K.O. Kim Bellafong and his team. And number 1 in the month of January, Jeff Keeble and his team. Congratulations for the January winners. For the month of February, these winners for the month of February received a special invitation to an awards breakfast with our CEO, Mr. Rick Mason, and our president, Mr. Alan Fernley, tomorrow morning. How exciting is that? And so the winners for the month of February, please stand where you are. Heavy hitters division, number 3, Jim Tanner and his team. Let's give it up, Jim Tanner and his team. Number two for the month of February, Dan Belcher and his team. And number 1 in the heavy hitters division for the month of February, Mark and Vinnie McDonald and their team. Awesome. For the big hitters division, number 3 for the month of February, Ricky Gooch and his team. Give it up. Number two, Jeremy and Stephanie Moore and their team. And number one in the big hitters in the month of January, Scott Brooks and his team. I'm sorry, February, month of February. That was the month of February. Okay, now March. The March winners received 1 year. I think this is powerful stuff. 1 year free subscription of e-service. Wow. So all I can say to that is go write a membership. And with that, the heavy hitters division, the number 3 team in the month of March is Don and Angela Thompson and their team. Number 2 is Jeff Kraft and his team. And the number 1 team in the month of March for the heavy hitters division is Mark McDonald and his team. The big hitters division in the month of March, number 3, K.O. Kent Philippong and his team. Number 2, Jeremy and Stephanie Moore and their team. Number 2. And number 1 for the month of March, Scott Brooks and his team.